So it's about time we finished off 36 Questions, the musical podcast. So we're going to get into Act 3. Really enjoyed Acts 1 and 2. I like the music. I think the songs are quite catchy. I like the concept. I like the themes that are coming up. I'm intrigued to see how it's going to finish. So let's get into that today. And I think what it shows so far, in a way, is just how, I don't know how you describe it, just how grey some areas can be. So, for example, Judith has shown some behaviors of deception quite clearly, but it doesn't mean that that everything she has done and that everything that she says is fake. Whereas Jace is obviously very angry and he's very kind of guarded now, isn't he? But that doesn't mean that he has stopped loving her. And I think there's something going on here, maybe, where they are both trying to come at this from a place of safety. They're trying to keep themselves safe. Judith is trying to find some longer term safety through being accepted as her real self. And Jace is trying to find safety through building a reality that he can trust. Does that make sense? It does in my head. But let's see what Act 3 brings.
For the record, it's now 1 o'clock in the PM on July 29th. I have the experimental generation of interpersonal closeness, aka the 36 questions, in my hand right now as I walk alongside interstate, whatever. It is very crumpled at this point and smells kind of like a duck. Same. Oh, one sec, gonna try and hail this car. Hi, hey, I think you're going the way I'm going. Do you mind if I, no? Oh, it's now been about, I honestly don't know how many hours since my last recording. And in the time since runaway husband Jace Connolly ran away, again, I realized something. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't furious with Jace for leaving me at a motel with nothing on my person but a box of Cheerios, but now that we've emptied out the minibar and purchased every movie they had on demand, I realized...
You need a ride, pretty girl?
Hey! Thank you. You know what? I just my mistake. It's not that far.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Don't get in there.
Oh my god, I think those guys were murderers. Anyway, I realized the time for revenge is over. The time to finish the questions, and at the very least, let Jace know who he's walking away from is now. It might take every ounce of my being, but I'm going to see this through. I've slept. I've cried. I've eaten more Toblerone than I knew I could stomach, and I'm going to give him one last chance. Oh. Hey, Judith. It's Judith. We're walking up to Jace's childhood home. As luck would have it, we can see the wild runaway husband now. This seems like the perfect time to calmly approach him and ask him the next question. Hi, Jace.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
You could tell that from the way she said, calmly approach him.
What are you?
He's not going to be
did you
expecting
walk
this.
Here?
That's not the question. The question is question 20. What does friendship mean to you?
You walked here.
Poignant.
The place is like 10 miles from here. I
I
can't
know
believe
how
you
far
just
it
walked
is.
that.
That's not what I asked
I
you.
can't see you right now. I don't care what you asked me. I'm not answering it, all right?
It's actually not for you. It's an even-numbered question, which means you're supposed to ask me.
I am not doing that. I am not doing it.
Okay. Then I'll ask it to myself, and you can hear the answer.
Dude, I am not doing this, Judith. I feel like I made that clear. We are done. Date over. Marriage over, all right? Just leave me alone.
I caught all
I
that.
have a lot of things to do.
I still think you could take 5 minutes to do the right thing.
Oh, do the right thing?
Yeah.
Look, okay, well, listen, all right? I'm gonna get in my car right now, me and Henry, and I'm going to the airport, and I'm coming back here with my moms. All right? Take that in. They just flew in this morning.
Because you told them everything.
Yes, of course I told them everything, okay? They're my moms.
Okay, you know, I'm not leaving
Well, they've
until
come
we
to
get
see
through
him.
the final 16, Jace. So I will explain that to your moms, amongst other things.
Amongst what other things? You're gonna explain that to my moms? I really don't think that conversation is gonna go the way you think it will, Judith. Trust me, all right?
Okay, you know what? I'll just answer. Question 20. What does friendship mean to you? It means dependability. Call back to question 16, also about friendship.
You can't guilt me into the questions, Judith.
It's your turn to answer.
I have to get Henry. Henry?
Okay. If you aren't gonna answer, then I'm perfectly happy continuing them by myself on your porch until you can act like a sane adult.
Okay, great. Just talk to yourself on my porch. That sounds really sane.
Great. Question 21. What roles do love and affection play in your life?
Are you serious right now?
Currently, let's see. My answer.
to do, all
Love and affection used to be quite prominent in my life.
Henry?
I guess that's over. Okay. Question 22. Alternate sharing something you consider a positive characteristic
Henry,
of your
this is
partner.
not the
Share a
time for
total of
games.
5 items.
Henry?
Well, that's easy.
Henry?
I think you are very attractive.
Henry, ignore the screaming lady on the porch!
I think you are very kind. Usually. I think you will make a good parent someday.
Henry, I got you.
A really good parent. I think you have.
Okay, come on.
I think you have strong
Just ignore
convictions.
her. Just
I
ignore her.
think
Just
you
go
are
out on the porch, just ignore her.
literally running out the door. Okay, come on, Jace.
Shh, don't look at her. Don't look at her. Don't
For the record,
don't
Jace
look
is
at
carrying
Henry.
Henry very swiftly
Don't look
towards
at
his
Henry.
truck as if he was running from me. Jace!
Oh my god, I'm not running from you. I'm officially late now, okay? My parents.
You are the
my
worst
mom's-
liar in the world.
Okay, well, you know what? You're the one that's making me do this, Judith. You are making me feel like a crazy person. So I'm just gonna get in the truck now, all right? Henry, just.
For the record, I am not standing in his way.
I don't understand at what point this became about me, all right?
When the realness of our situation got to be a little too much for you. And instead of dealing with it, you put on what I like to call your earmuffs of indignation.
My
you know
what?
what? Take them
What are
off,
you
Jace.
talking
Listen
about?
to what I'm saying.
I listened to you all night. All right, Judith? It's over.
What am I supposed to give Chase?
No, you're not.
And now it's just me. Again. I am not giving up! I am not giving up. Question 23. How close and warm is your family? Do you feel your childhood was happier than most other people's? Wow. I think you need to sit on this stuff for a second. Catch my breath. Question 24. How do you feel about your relationship with your mother? Yeah. This is rough. This is really rough right now. My relationship with my mother is non-existent. Okay. Question 25. Make 3 true we statements each. For instance, we are both in this room feeling ... Well, I am on this porch feeling exhausted. I'm on this porch secretly thinking Jace is gonna turn around and pick me up and say, screw my moms. Drive off with me somewhere. I'm on this porch trying to think of what's next. Question 26. Complete this sentence. I wish I had someone with whom I could share my actual feelings, my actual deep, dark, self-hating bullshit feelings. The stuff that Natalie didn't have. But Judith definitely does. Question 27. If you were going to become a close friend with your partner, please share what would be important for him or her to know. Okay, sometimes I make a joke because the truth is literally too scary to think about.
Common
Question 28.
common strategy.
Tell your partner what you like about them. Be very honest this time, saying things that you might not say to someone you've just met. I like that you care. Really like that. I know you said you wish you didn't, but I think that's your real superpower. Question 29. Share with your partner an embarrassing moment in your life. Well,
It's hard to listen to her just going through these questions by herself, isn't it?
One time,
And the
I
pain
drove out
coming
to my
up
ex-husband's
with
house
each
with an
answer.
experiment and thought that it would magically solve our problems. Question 30. When did you last cry in front of another person? By yourself. I cried in front of you when we watched The Iron Giant on my birthday. By myself, right now. Question 31. Tell your partner something that you like about them already. Your smile. Off the bat, I was hooked. Superficial, but... sorry. There was a noise in the woods and I thought maybe it was Jace. Because yes, I honestly think he might come back. I need to do something besides this. No, I need to do this. Okay, I'm answering them. Question 32. What, if anything, is too serious to be joked about? Nothing. Everything is a joke. Everything. Everything deserves to be laughed at. Especially me. Question 33. If you were to die this evening with no opportunity to communicate with anyone, what would you most regret not having told someone? Why haven't you told them yet? For the record. Freaking record.
Is anyone else answering these for themselves as they hear the question?
I'd want to tell
Makes
you
you think.
that the way I love you, it breaks me. And you might think that I've done something so terribly wrong, or that I am wrong, but I don't get how I could be so wrong if what I did let me have you. So maybe that's...
Do the means justify the ends?
Yeah, I answered that. Right, I answered that. Okay. Question 34. Your house, containing everything you own, catches fire. After saving your loved ones and pets, you have time to safely make a final dash to save any one item. What would it be? Why? I would save the journal I have hidden in the garage. I've had it since I was 12. Question 35. Of all the people in your family, whose death would you find most disturbing? Why? I don't know. My dad. Question 36. Share a personal problem and ask your partner's advice on how he or she might handle it. Also ask your partner to reflect back to you how you seem to be feeling about the problem you've chosen. How do I let you go? How's that for a problem? How do I let you go? No one wants to let go. You gotta fight against your every instinct, and that's hard to do. No one wants to quit. No one wants to admit to themselves what's actually true. Only you can be the one to make the push through the pain. Only you can be the one to say I'm done and walk away. It's gonna hurt, but it's what I have to do. I'm leaving now. I'm putting one foot in front of the other now. I deserve to let you go and build a better version on my own somehow. I feel better already, or at least a bit lighter, just by deciding I left you behind. There's room in my head now that getting you back isn't taking up every inch of my mind.
Some level of acceptance here.
It's strange to imagine my everyday.
Is that pain still there?
You
Still gonna hold it?
without waking up next to your
That
face.
willingness to experience that,
It's strange.
put one foot in front of the other, and move forward.
What'll happen when I leave this place? But I know for sure it's what I have to do. I'm leaving now. I'm putting one foot in front of the other now. I deserve to let you go and build a better version on my own somehow. Okay, I'm just pacing, so I'm gonna leave the record in your mailbox, okay? Maybe your moms will find it. Maybe I don't care. The point is, I don't need it anymore. But I think you might. And if you're listening, I love you. I think I always will. Bye.
Hi. Hello, this is
Right,
Jace
before we get
Conley,
into this,
and
that song, like as I was saying through it, it has that element of acceptance to it, and this often comes. So there's this phrase in acceptance and commitment therapy that isn't a very good phrase, and I know the person who came up with it and wish they had rewritten it in a different way, but it is what it is. It's out there. It's called creative hopelessness. And it's not about creating hopelessness of the situation that the person is in. It's about creating hopelessness that the things they keep trying to do aren't working for them. So therefore, there's no point carrying on doing them. So it's about recognizing safety behaviors, recognizing that those are things that actually aren't working in the long term, and facilitating a space where that person is willing to try something different. And quite often that trying something different is the idea of acceptance. And even acceptance isn't the isn't the best word. I think that has different meanings for different people. Because some people will take the concept of acceptance and say, okay, I will accept as long as it gets rid of these feelings. And so it doesn't really work like that. That's not what acceptance is. I've heard acceptance rephrased as willingness before, which I quite like. So a willingness to experience this pain and this discomfort in order to move forward. And that feels like what she's getting at here, I think. I'm also conscious that there is quite a lot of the episode left. So I wonder how this is going to develop.
And I'd like to go on the record to say that I know what you're trying to do, leaving your phone here and all that, but it's not going to work. I am throwing it away in the garbage.
Sorry, that's interesting. That's interesting. Because I hadn't considered that. I took her as, I'm going to leave the record here for you. I didn't question the motivation of why that might be. So is this true acceptance, or is there an element of almost bargaining here? Because he'll hear at the end of the message, okay, I have to move on. This is it. But is there some attempted function there for him that he will hear that and think, okay, good, she's going to move on, but then increase that attachment again? Oh, this is interesting.
So, hi, this is Jace again, going on the record to say that I have not thrown the phone in the garbage, but I do look forward to mailing it to you so that you can have it. I know how important it was for you to, record everything we said all night, so yeah, I'm gonna mail it to you tomorrow morning. You're welcome.
Is this going to turn into, I'm not going to mail it, I'm going to bring it to you?
Hi, this is No, I'm not doing this. Okay. Oh, how do you do this? Hi, this is Jace Connolly. And the honest reason I'm going on the record right now is because I really want to talk to Judith, but I can't. I also can't talk to my moms about Judith for obvious reasons. I don't know who to talk to that could possibly understand. So I guess at 4 a.m.
Say, it sounds tired.
This will have to do. Look who loves the record now, huh? Oh my God, what is wrong with me? This is now officially just an insane person talking to himself. Okay, I'm gonna put this in a box. That's that. The end. Goodbye. Hello there. This is Jace. The date is 2010. June 16th, 2010. It's the afternoon, almost 1 year since Judith showed up on my doorstep. I'm not really sure how I'm supposed to address this thing.
Nice bit of bass coming in.
The point is that I wanted to put on the record that I was thinking of you, of us, of our, oh God, why is this so hard? I guess, what I wanted to say was I watched this documentary last night about animals who fall in love outside their species, okay? And there was a goat and a horse, and the horse was blind, so every day the goat had to guide him to the watering hole, and after they both drank, guide him back. It got really sad because the goat eventually died and the horse didn't know how to get to the well, so I had to turn it off, but that's not the point. I guess what I'm trying to say is that I met someone. I re-met someone. Lisa Kuhlman. I think you probably remember her, Lisa Kuhlman. She's really, I don't know, she's on my level, if that makes sense. And it's going great. And the whole point of me recording right now is to hold myself accountable for the feelings I still feel. I thought it was over, thought I was moving forward. But I guess that's why I have this, to show me what's real. The perils of keeping your ex-wife's phone in your possession. You're only really saying you've put the past to rest. It is all too easy to feed your old obsession. You wanna prove you moved on, let's put it to the test.
Wow.
So I turned on my speakers, plugged them into the jack, but I wasn't prepared for how it feel to listen back. It was a painful little listen back.
All of it coming back, and all those questions again that come with it. Did I miss something? Did they really mean what they said? Is it real and genuine?
And I heard 3 minutes of unfiltered honesty. I realized I still love you.
So was this her intention all the time of leaving the record with him?
So, it's January 2015. 4 years since I've touched this holy relic. I'm sitting in my downstairs office doing this because last week, Lisa was online reading this article about this thing called the 36 questions.
Oh.
You can believe that. I guess context. I'm with Lisa still. We have a son. His name is Cooper, and you don't care. Okay, you're not gonna listen to this. What am I doing? Anyway, Lisa read the article, and a few nights later, after putting the kid to bed, she sprung the questions on me. Which I guess I should have anticipated, because we're basically the same person. And she knew about you, obviously, but I hadn't told her the whole story, A to Z, so I did. And a look came over her face when I told her that I had run away from you 3 times in a row. I mean, she got it, obviously. I think she got it, but,
there's a real difference in explaining something and experiencing something, isn't there?
In the most generous, Lisa, non-confrontational tone. Do you wish you hadn't? I said, that's not the question, Lisa, but yes, of course. I'm glad I ran away, because if I hadn't, I never would have escaped it, and I never would have met you, and we never would have had Cooper, and blah, blah, blah,
Yep,
blah, blah,
obvious
blah,
answer.
all of that, but, I guess, yeah, I never would have. Tonight I heard 3 distant voices, a trio of myself saying goodbye. I turned over in bed, torn apart by past choices. Time to check the record wouldn't lie, so I slipped.
Time to check the record wouldn't lie. What an interesting line.
And I put on
given who's making the record.
And had another listen back. It was a painful little listen back. I had a little listen back. That was my last listen back. And I heard us fight, but I was a coward and I ran away again. That wasn't right. And I can't afford to be a coward anymore. Okay, back in the box with you.
How long now?
Welcome to 2017, Generation 1 iPhone. You've been on a wild journey. Frankly, I'm surprised you still work. And maybe a little disappointed. It'd make things much easier if you'd just die. But you aren't dead. And while you're still ticking, you'll be the place I go to when I really want to talk to your former owner. Which I can't actually do. I won't, I'm not. Okay, so Lisa and I are no longer living together.
Okay. Right.
Maybe the problem was we're too similar. We fight in the same way, so we were just fighting in circles, and then nothing gets resolved or got resolved. Anyway, I have Cooper on weekdays, and he's good. He's 5. And I guess he's dealing with the split as best he can. He asks a lot of questions. And I find myself either not knowing the answer to them or just making answers up so that I don't sound like a total idiot. I mean, the other day he asked if I still loved his mom. I said, yeah, of course I do. I always will. He also asked where air comes from. That one was harder to field.
Connecting this with Judith, despite what she's done,
impossible questions. A little
does he
part
still
of my
love
brain
her?
shoots right to you.
Like what I said in the intro.
I'm hung up on you so much after all this time, but it's like you said, brain damage. The point is, I lie every day now. Every day. I make up stuff to make things move, and that's fine. It's being an adult. Another part of adulting is admitting when you're wrong and doing the hard thing you need to do for yourself. For 8 years I tried to tell myself stay strong, as the guilt of what I'd done destroyed my mental health. We all know what I'm holding and what I just completed, though hearing my own voice has never felt this strange. You were right to leave the record, you were right to give me distance. Something deep inside of me is ready now to change.
You were right to leave the record. You were right if your intention was for us to try and get back together.
Through half, because with 16 answers of mine missing, I can't just listen back.
He needs to complete it
It's not enough to
in the same way that she did. He needs to complete it.
I can't just listen back. I have to do more than listen back. It's not enough to listen back. I can't just listen back. I have to do more than listen back. I'll be right back.
It's so interesting. I mean, so much time has passed. He's not in that moment of, the last time they interacted, she'd walked 10 miles to get back to him, and, I'm going to calmly approach him, then completely shocks him and starts throwing the questions at him. Like, that isn't a space, is it, for any meaningful conversation? And now he's listening to it all back. And the interesting thing when you listen to something back, and I've had to listen to recordings of me in therapy sessions with me with research participants, and when you hear something back, you're not just remembering, you're not just recalling, it doesn't just bring back the memory of that experience of what was recorded. You start reinterpreting it. You start, it starts to hold another meaning. You start to ask yourself different questions through that experience. You start reflecting more upon it, which then leads to more questions, and which can then lead to behavior change. It's really interesting. That's what seems to be going on here. It's such an interesting experience. If no one's ever done it before, I don't know what kind of context you could do it outside the context that I've done it in. But there's something very different between being in the moment and having a conversation with someone, because in that moment, you're trying to think about what you want to say. You're trying to listen to what the other person is saying. You're receiving that information from them and trying to understand it. You're then trying to come up with a response and quickly test if the response is an appropriate response or not, maybe, and then sending that response back to the person. There's a lot going on in the conversation. It's really surprising. But then when you hear it back, you don't have that same demand of you, because you're not trying to take part in that conversation. You're listening in, and you really you can sometimes hear this difference in what you received in the moment but it becomes quickly apparent that you didn't receive it in that way, and your answer doesn't really reflect what you received. Does that make sense? It's a very strange experience. You learn a lot about yourself. You learn a lot about how you communicate. You learn a lot about how you receive information and how you make sense of that in the moment and what you then do with that information. It's really interesting. We're about halfway through. We can tell now how there's a sense here that he needs to complete these questions. He obviously hasn't mailed the record back. So it feels like he wants to complete them. So is he going to try and find her? It's been a while. Let's find out.
Okay, this is Jace Connolly, and I'm going on the record because it's go time. I wrote down my answers, 20 through 36, as honest as I could possibly be. I have this document on my desktop titled Jace's Answers.pdf. My intention, despite how utterly terrifying it sounds, is to get this document to you, Judith. So, I'm sending you an email. Your email address, I think, is j.ford@forwardsolutions.net. Forget how many Google searches it took to get that little nugget, but if I email this address, I'm pretty sure you'll see it. I hope. Okay. Okay, so here goes. I'm doing this. Okay. Okay. Dear Judith, I owe you some answers. 16 to be exact. I took a moment to write these answers. You'll find them all attached. Okay, attaching, clicking on it and attaching.
There's some spin on attached, attaching the answers, and attachment.
In fact, it's probably best you don't. I'm not looking for forgiveness. I'm only giving you what you are owed. In the attachment, it's all there in the attachment. All that's left now,
it's all in the attachment.
And the weight of the choice will be gone. Nothing I needed to say left unsaid. Those 16 questions did their job, and now this can end with a PDF full of feelings and deepest regrets. I just have to hit send. Oh God, is it weird that I am writing my ex-wife out of the blue? Are there any answers she could misconstrue? Of course.
All of those questions.
Of course she will scrutinize my answers, think I'm full of shit. Wonder why it took me years to get this over with. That's fine. Who cares? Who cares? Not me. Sent. It's sent. I sent it. I sent you the email with my answers attached. And now I've sent my final message. And now I've had the final word. This love affair ends with a 3-page PDF. How 2017. How absurd. But I can finally move on now. No more living in the past. No more hoarding all my answers. Each and every single one of them I left attached. Here's to never looking.
I mean, has he considered how this is going to be responded to and what that might lead to? Or how he will respond to that response?
Then it's not going to happen. Not going to look at the inbox. Not going to look at the inbox. I've already sent it.
Yeah, here we go. Not going to look at the reply.
Okay. This feels great. This feels really great. Yep. Sent it. Not looking back. They're all attached. Not going to look back. Just going to close the laptop and that's the end. So never looking back. All my answers are attached. This feels great.
All my answers are
Woo! All right, big day for Jace.
okay. It's over. Oh my God, it's really over.
Okay, how do I turn this thing off? I can never figure out how to turn the...
I think we all know he's going to look for the reply.
My name is Jace Connolly, and I am going on the record now because I just got an email from you,
There we go.
Judith. It has to be her. From you. My hands are shaking. Why are my hands shaking? Okay. Whew. Okay, hold on. Cooper, do not put sticks in there. Because you could hurt his ear.
Oh. It's nice to hear Henry still doing alright, though.
Okay, sorry about that.
I'm guessing that's
Okay,
still
so I'm
Henry.
sitting at my desk. The message says it's from Jay. Judith, okay? Responding to my email from 2 days ago. And it says, all right, here we go. Hello, Jace. It's Judith. Thank you for attaching your answers to questions 20 through 36. I reviewed them and am looking forward to hearing them in person.
Did he expect that? I don't think so. Hence his
Okay.
pause.
Oh my god, okay, still reading. We are supposed to stare into each other's eyes for 4 minutes at the end.
Oh, I mean,
A
if you're
late
going to do
addition to
it,
the questions
you've
that
got to
I
do it
think is
properly.
Particularly cute. Oh my god. I don't live in Austin anymore, but frequently travel through for business. I can make myself free for an hour or so this Thursday afternoon. Oh my god, before I head to the airport. How's 5 for you? There's an Applebee's nearby. I know how much you love Applebee's.
Wow,
Smiley
so
face emoji, winky
she's done all
face
the work,
emoji,
she's done
your
the
ex-wife,
time, the
Judith,
location.
open quote,
Making it
Natalie,
easy for
close
him.
quote, Ford. Oh my god. Okay, 5 o'clock, Thursday. Okay, I'll need to get a suitor for Cooper. I should probably get a haircut too and pick up my dry cleaning. Okay, I should write this down.
Not even any hesitancy there. Already into, okay, problem solving. How do I get there?
Are you going to get ice cream?
Cooper, yeah, I told you that. What are you playing with? Don't take stuff out of Daddy's backpack.
I pressed the button.
No, only Daddy does that. Put it back in the pocket, please. All right, are you gonna hold my hand?
Yeah.
Oh, it's very busy today. Thank you.
Thank you.
Watch out for the glass. Cooper.
Watch out for the glass, too.
Is that my echo I hear?
What's an echo?
An echo is the sound you make reflecting off something and coming back at you.
Oh,
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
do all sounds make an echo?
Yes, technically. Except for a duck's quack.
Why not the ducks quack?
I don't know. That's actually not true. Please don't repeat that.
So, the ducks quack makes an echo?
Yeah.
What are you looking for?
The person we're meeting. I see her. There she is.
I'm thirsty, Daddy. Can I have orange juice?
You're obsessed with orange juice.
I like it.
I know, yes, sure. We'll see if they have fresh squeezed at this Applebee's. Hi.
Hi there.
Hi.
This is where you politely shake my hand.
This is Cooper. Did you get my email? I was trying to get a sitter, but it fell through.
It's fine.
You sure?
It's nice to meet you, Cooper.
Cooper, this is...
Natalie.
Natalie. Can you say hi to Natalie? He's being weirdly shy with you.
He's very cute.
Say thank you, Cooper. Did you want to give Natalie the thing? What do you say?
This is for you.
My phone. You're giving me back my phone. This thing is a relic. Did you know it was on?
What? Oh, no. God, Cooper must have turned it on. I'm so sorry. I wasn't trying to record you or anything, though. I guess in a weird way that kind of makes sense, huh?
Sure. We'll leave it on. For old time's sake.
Okay. So, how are you?
Busy?
What, what do you do now?
I'm a travel agent, but for trips to outer space.
Really?
No, Jason. Look, I don't want to be Rudy McRuderson here, but we're not really here to talk about me. We're here to finish what we started.
Okay. Yes, let's let's do that then.
I went ahead and printed out your answers here, so you can just read them to me. For the record, I'm handing Jace a printout of the answers he emailed me 5 days ago.
I'm thirsty, Daddy.
The waitress will be here in a second, Cooper.
If your answers have changed in the past 5 days, feel free to go off book.
Huh. Okay, Okay. Question 20. What does friendship mean to you? Friendship means someone understands that you are a flawed person and they love you anyway.
What's the paper?
Quiet, Cooper. Question 21. What roles do love and affection play in your life? They're everything to me, sometimes to a fault.
What's the paper?
Question 22. Alternate sharing something you consider a positive characteristic of your partner. Share a total of 5 items. Okay, I'm gonna go off book here. Well, you're here. You look great. You're forgiving, even when you shouldn't be. You're interesting. You're complicated.
What's on the paper, Daddy?
It's an exercise, Cooper, kind of like a game, a grown-up game, Coop. Okay, just let Daddy read it. Question 23. How close and warm is your family? Do you feel your childhood was happier than most other people's? My family is everything. I think I can safely say my childhood was happier than most people I know, and I'm very grateful for that. Question 24. How do you feel about your relationship with your mother? My relationship is good.
Very different
I
answers.
feel like I understand them more now.
And
that I'm a
interesting, he
parent.
said earlier that
also
him
somehow
and
less.
Lisa were too similar.
Question 25. Make 3 true we statements each. For instance, we are both in this room feeling ... Okay, I guess no point in using the printed answers for this one. We are both in this room feeling... I don't know, I can't really read you.
Give it the old college try.
Okay, well, I'm guessing we're both feeling a little anxious. And maybe a little sad. Maybe a little glad. Something like that. Does that work? I don't know. Is that true?
Sure.
Okay. Question 26. Complete this sentence. I wish I had someone with whom I could share ... A plate of eggs, I don't know. Question 27. If you were going to become a close friend with your partner, please share what would be important for him or her to know. Okay. Okay, this is a big one. And I meant what I wrote here. Sometimes I get so hell-bent on making my point heard that I don't listen to what people have to say. And I need to be called
What
out.
I was saying
I
with
should
him
be called
listening
out.
back to the record, what I was saying earlier.
Cooper, give me the fork.
I'm thirsty.
Would you like my coconut water, Cooper? It's a little warm, but it's very yummy.
What do you say, Cooper?
Thank you.
Almost there.
Right, yes.
Daddy,
Yes, Cooper?
can I have your phone?
Yes, Cooper, it's right there. Question 28. Tell your partner what you like about them. Be very honest this time, saying things that you might not say to someone you've just met. I like that you don't take the world so seriously, that it doesn't seem to weigh you down the way it weighs on me. At least that's how it used to be. Question 29. Share with your partner an embarrassing moment in your life. The time I tripped on a line drawn on the soccer field when I was 8, which you know about. Question 30. When did you last cry in front of another person by yourself? I cried when Coop and I watched The Sound of Music. Remember that, Coop? Remember The Sound of Music? It was the part when the captain finally sings to his kids. And by myself, I cried... Okay, I cried this morning over a bowl of Cheerios. Just your usual Cheerios cry. I can't believe I said that. Okay, question 31. Tell your partner something that you like about them already.
I wonder what that
I've
was
always
about.
loved your laugh.
Some form of reflection, I'm guessing, on
And
this whole
I meant
situation.
to write this too. I sometimes hear your laugh in my own laugh. I don't know if that makes any sense, but... question 32. What, if anything, is too serious to be joked about? Right, this is kind of a long list and it might terrify my kid.
Just do the first one.
Okay. People people D-Y-I-N-G. Although now that it's spelled it out, I feel like I just made a kind of a joke about it. Anyway, question 33. If you were to D-I-E this evening with no opportunity to communicate with anyone, what would you most regret not having told someone? Why haven't you told them yet? Okay.
That is such a powerful question.
I would want to tell you I was sorry.
Especially the why
I'm sorry
haven't you
for not
told them
doing
yet
this when I
part
should
of
have.
it.
I sometimes think about what would have happened if I hadn't shut it down. Where we'd be instead of here. Do you ever think about that?
It's not the question, Jace.
Right. Okay. Question 34. Your house containing everything you own catches fire. After saving your loved ones and pets, you have time to safely make a final dash to save one item. What would it be? Why? I would save the parody I wrote about my family when I was 12.
The fuss budgets.
Yeah. Well, I can't believe you remembered that.
I was just going to say, yeah. Well remembered.
Question 35. Of all the people
But
in
shows
your
that
family whose
connection
death-
and how far back they go.
Okay, I'm not gonna spell it out. Yes, would you find most disturbing? Why? Present company, for obvious reasons. Okay, and the last one. Question 36. Share a personal problem and ask your partner's advice on how he or she might handle it. Also, ask your partner to reflect back to you how you seem to be feeling about the problem you have chosen. How do I let you go?
My, that sounds very familiar.
It does, doesn't it?
What's your advice?
I think you just live. I think you can get all wrapped up in what could have been and what could be happening and what still could be, but all those are based on assumptions. And expectations.
Coming back to acceptance.
Truth is, you have no idea what the future holds. You don't know what you don't know. So stop fretting about it.
I think now you're supposed to reflect back how I feel about it.
I think you feel ready.
For what?
The staring part.
Wait. You want to do the staring part?
Of course I want to do the staring part. Do you know me? It's been pretty much eons since we've had a long, hard look into each other's eyes. This is a precious commodity now.
My kid is sitting right here. We're gonna do the staring parts? Okay. Sure, I guess how long is it?
4 minutes.
4 minutes?
That's a long time to be
Yeah, okay, I can do it on my phone, I
staring
guess.
at
I got
someone.
it on my watch.
We do this
Are
exercise
you ready?
as part of ACT. We do it
It's
in
not a blinking
training
contest, right? I can blink. Yeah, I guess.
to bring up uncomfortable feelings, but
I'm ready.
keep with them.
Go.
So, stay with them, not look away.
Daddy,
It's like an acceptance exercise.
Yes, Cooper?
I want to play the game.
It's a grown-up game, Cooper.
It's useless to explain eye contact to him, Jace. His generation will have no need for it.
That is really unfunny.
I want to play. Look at me, Daddy.
I can't, Coop. Not right now. That's the point. I have to look at Judith.
Natalie.
Natalie. I have to look at Natalie.
What are you looking at her for?
Even I keep saying
We're
Judith.
doing the last part of an experiment. I have to look her in the eyes for 4 minutes, and she has to do the same. It's a thing that grown-ups do sometimes.
Why?
Oh, you thought you'd sneak one past him.
Why? Why? Well, because, Coop, when you look in someone's eyes, you can see what they're thinking.
You can see what they're thinking?
Well, you can see if they're telling the truth.
You wish.
You can see that in their eyes?
Sometimes.
Why do you need to?
It's just something we're doing.
But you always tell the truth.
Wow, he really is your kid.
Yes. Most of the time, I tell the truth.
Oh.
Almost all the time.
Why wouldn't you tell the truth?
Well, Coop,
Why won't you tell the truth, Daddy?
Let me say this.
The truth is. The truth is hard to explain. Because the truth is. The truth can shift and change. The truth is all about you and your honest point of view. And what's true for you doesn't have to be true forever. And sometimes the truth isn't always for the better. It's something that we aspire to, or maybe that's something we say
Until it gets in the way. And you're just putting words on a feeling.
I'm not talking about cold, hard facts like science, the alphabet, or math.
But the truth you use to keep track of who you are and why you act the way you act. But the truth is,
The truth doesn't exist in black and white. And sometimes two sides can both be right.
the truth is that you will never really know
The truth is that you will only think you know
Yeah.
what's true for you
doesn't have to be
true forever. And sometimes the truth isn't always for the better. It's something that we aspire to, or maybe that's
something we say until it gets in the way.
until it gets in the way.
The truth is that you will never really know. The truth is that
You
will only think you know. The truth
like this harmonizing.
Never really know the truth. The hints that you only think you know the truth. The hints that you never really know the truth. The hints that you only think you know the truth can change. The truth is.
One more bit.
That concludes 36 questions. Thanks again for listening to the show.
Hey, if you enjoyed the music you heard, it's available everywhere. You can buy the album on iTunes or Bandcamp today at 36questions.bandcamp.com. You can also stream on Spotify, Apple Music,
Yes.
or wherever else you listen to music.
I mean, I guess that is the complexity of it. That is the not knowing, and like things can change over time. Like we don't get to hear what happens next. It feels quite accurate to real life and fits in with the story, doesn't it? And as I was saying, that song "Truth" is it's a surprisingly complicated subject because there's lots of potential truths here, aren't there? Judith lied. Judith loves him. Jace was hurt. Jace still loves her. They had a marriage based on deception, but they also had moments in that marriage that were very real. We have these moments between them in this, especially this last part, which they seem to be getting closer together. They seem to be aligning again. But that might not be enough. And, truth doesn't get rid of the consequences. Being honest now doesn't undo everything, like the previous deceptions, which I think fits in with that. The truth changes over time, as I was saying in that last track. And there's also something here about the fact that you can just because you still love someone doesn't necessarily mean that being in a relationship is the correct thing to do. It doesn't mean that the relationship is actually safe to continue. And I think it's interesting that the 36 questions here that they end up completing together, including the 4-minute stare off, can create that intimacy between two people, but it doesn't necessarily create repair of a ruptured relationship or a ruptured attachment. So it does foster the sense of vulnerability, which is one of the purposes of it. But given their experiences, that doesn't necessarily create a sense of safety. And I think there's an aspect here where you can see both perspectives of these characters, and you can both understand or try to experience what they're going through and understand their behaviors around that, and understand that there might be love present here, but that's not necessarily enough. There needs to be this element of trust and this element of safety. It just shows how complicated relationships can be, doesn't it? Because I'm sure there'll be people saying they should get back together. There'll be people saying they shouldn't get back together. There'll be people leaning towards one side more than the other in terms of, I don't know, blame and responsibility. But it's messy. I like the concept. I like the way they framed it around these 36 questions. It's clever. And to be fair, I like the way it's been left open. We don't know what happens after this. And I quite like that. I quite like it's up to us to decide. There we go. What a great recommendation. I love listening to that. Very different to things I normally listen to. This would never have been on my radar otherwise. Let me know what you think. I liked it. that's it, I think, for me for this one. Thanks for watching. Take care and goodbye.